Ready?
Yep.
Steady. Cool. So alongside the feature length videos, we're just going to do a little 10-minute update in between because I know when I watch people's YouTubes, like I like to keep up to date with things. So between those, we're going to do a 10-minute kind of update on just the basics, nutrition, any changes there, body weight, bloody blah, how off season's going. And I'm going to answer one of your questions, or in this case, there's two questions that are very similar. So we're going to do that. But update first. So this video will be going out this coming Monday. Today is the Friday the 21st, so that'll be going out in 3 days time. Body weight this morning was 321. Average body weight at the minute is around 322, 323, which is a few pounds up from kind of video number one. Calories have gone up a couple of hundred on training days. They're still the same on non-training days. And again, for me right now, training is absolutely flying. So the way things seem to have trended this week, my body weight has stalled, even gone down a little bit. So as of this coming Monday, I will be pretty confidently making some dietary changes again and just taking things up a notch. You know, at the end of the day, bodybuilding is not complicated. If my body weight isn't moving, but I'm getting stronger in the gym, I need to eat more to provide the fuel to grow. And that's exactly the whole point of this off-season. So this is now week 6 of this off-season push. So there's anywhere from another 10 to 14 weeks of it. So plenty of scope. Cardio is still 6 times a week, 20 minutes in the morning. Sunday is a complete rest day. And that's very much the long and the short of it. Again, off-season, there's not going to be a whole lot to report really. You know, I don't make big changes. I don't make changes terribly regularly. I find that once my body weight starts moving, that will probably stay quite consistent for a good amount while the food's the same. So that's your update. Simple, effective, and ultimately I'm a happy man. I'm very much enjoying it. I feel great. Again, 321 pounds, you know, that's pretty heavy for me, but by quite a way off the heaviest I've ever been. Heaviest I was last year before prep was 340, to put things into perspective. I'm pretty confident I'm going to touch close to that this push, bearing in mind I've then got another push to come before I start prep next year. So I see no reason why it won't be my biggest and best ever. And that's my mindset, you know, that's what I'm here to achieve. So the question that I wanted to touch upon, so there were two very similar questions, both about kind of plans after my last competition, what I'm thinking about after competitive bodybuilding. So that's from Samson 12321 and oh my days, user -UD4JK2YY8X. I think you didn't use the name, mate. That is complicated as hell. But both of you asked a very similar thing. I think it's a great question, so thank you for asking it. And in short, this is the final chapter of my competitive bodybuilding. I love bodybuilding. I'm not looking at exiting bodybuilding because I have fallen out of love with it. I am just very conscious of the health ramifications of pursuing this at a high level and combine that with what I can actually achieve, my genetic potential. As I touched upon in the first video, for me, the risk reward moving forwards is becoming more risk, less reward. I'm not going to, I hate saying this because people will be like, oh, well, if you have that attitude, of course it's never going to happen. And part of me believes that, but part of me is a realist. I'm never going to win a pro show. There are an incredibly amount of incredible pros out there who are genetically blessed, potentially better than me. They might work harder than me, but ultimately, I would love to kind of make a top 10, top 5 at a couple of pro shows next year. But again, I'm here next year to stand on stage as a 6'6" man, representing and showing what tall guys can do. So after bodybuilding, I'm still going to train very, very similarly. I might be a little bit more reserved with certain aspects of things in terms of, you know, at the moment, if I've got an injury, I'll work around it sensibly, but I'm still going to make sure I hammer the shit out of it. I may give my body a little bit more time to feel really, really good. I'm definitely going to do more high intensity cardio. The reason I don't do that at the moment is when you're a big guy, doing that level of cardio has impact on recovery. So for me, I don't do it. I'll stick with steady state. But I'm just going to keep my diet very similar, eat a bit less, not force feed, aim to maintain a healthy level of body kind of composition. I will downsize, and I won't lie, that fills me with fear, because for any of you know where I started from, I was a skinny kid. And although I'm not skinny and I know that, in my mind, I still feel that way. So that's a big mental barrier that we will no doubt cover, you know, nearer the time or post show. But that will definitely come up, and that will be something that I'll share my experiences with as and when. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Post bodybuilding is still bodybuilding without the competition, without the, I won't say excessive use of drugs, because I don't think that I've used them. But obviously that's, when I say risk, that's what bodybuilders mean. You know, eating food and training hard is not particularly risky. It's the other things that add into that. So, you know, just dropping down to a TRT dose I've been using for that long that I'm going to have to use for the rest of my life to some extent. And that's it. Get fitter, get healthier, drop some body weight, enjoy life, but ultimately still be a bodybuilder. Put even more focus into my coaching, train more with clients. You know, that's something I've always wanted to do, but if I'm honest, as a professional, my training is an extent and a kind of extension of my work, and I can't have any distraction or impairment there. So again, that's going to be exciting. Coaching, I know, is going to go up another level, and I'm still going to be so involved with bodybuilding. So maybe a little bit of clickbait when we said that like bodybuilding is ending. It's not. I'm a bodybuilder through and through. I will be for a very, very long time. I'm not going to start doing CrossFit. I'm not going to start running marathons. He says, who knows? Jamie, if you're watching this, Jamie Johal, he'll probably have me on a CrossFit as soon as I finished my show. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for the questions. Hopefully that gives you guys an insight. Like I said, it's quite a long way away, so my views may change, but as it stands, my passion for bodybuilding is very, very strong. I just want to get out on my own terms, as I've said before, and I want to leave this in the best, healthiest position that I can, knowing that I've given everything to it, achieved as much as I could, and walk away proud, happy and satisfied.